Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of EXAPUNKS. We are going to meet with Ember 2, answer Ember 2's important question. Oh, Ember 2 is the one we've been talking to, right? Alright, well, it's a cutscene.
I have an important question for you.
She's got a voice.
Imagine there's an out-of-control trolley, and 5 humans tied up on the track ahead of it. But you can stop the trolley by, maybe if...
Yeah, sure. Pushing someone into
No, that wasn't the one I was going to ask. Recalibrating. Say you had a friend, and you knew the friend could help you become stronger. Would you ask for their help?
I don't know. Maybe.
Let's say it was a situation where the friend had to sacrifice something in order for that to occur. Okay, good to know. I'm going to process this information.
Why did she suddenly get a voice? She didn't have one before. Alright, well, unknown network, get a file, or restore a file. Well, let's get a file first. Can friendship exist without self-interest? What do you guys think? I don't know, that doesn't seem like a very good friendship. If you, like, completely ignore yourself, I don't know. There'd be no point if there wasn't some benefit to both people. Anyway, there's a file. Don't worry about whatever else you see. Go get the file. Okay, yeah, so it still is tree-shaped. Good to know. Find file 276 and bring it back. Aha, so we're now learning about files that we can't see, perhaps? And we're gonna learn about like branching and stuff. So, show goal. Yeah, get the file is there. What? Like, all right. So let's read about getting files. What happens if we try to pick up a file and it's not there? That's what I want to know. There was some stuff here about error conditions, and I think most of them just mean, like, it means just destroy the program, right? Yes, here. So, invalid, you tried to get a file and it wasn't there, so fine. Now, it's possible that the file could occur in one of these locations, and we need to check those. But I would sort of expect it's probably just in one of these. So anyway, we need to do like a parallel traversal here, right? We link 800 and replicate a... Actually, we can test all 3 locations pretty easily, can't we? As you traverse an invalid link, it dies. Okay. This is kind of a cool little program, actually, because we can just do this as a loop that will work no matter how large the network is. Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll store in our X register how deep in the tree we are. Yeah, so this should be cool. So, add I1 into X, and this is going to be our search node, right? Mark search. Then what we will do is replicate left, replicate right. We'll start off subprocesses searching the left subtree and the right subtree, and then we will check and see if the value is in the current node. which we will do by grabbing the file 276. If the file wasn't here, this will terminate the program and it'll be fine. If the file was here, then we want to traverse backwards while x is positive, right? So I'm still not sure what this guy's deal is. We should have to traverse at least once backwards, right? So we'll just link -1 and then sub I x1 into x, and as long let's call this ret or mark ret here, and if we can put it in t instead of x, in fact. And if t is 0, then we have traversed as many times as we needed to. So if it is not 0, we wish to jump back to ret. Otherwise, we wish to halt. Now, in the left sub-process, we will simply link 800 and then jump to search again. Correct? Yes, search already adds 1 to our depth. Very good. And for right, we'll mark 801 and jump to, oops, not mark, but link to search. Right? This seems cool. What is the error that you have right now? Add 1, add t in 1, storing the result in t. So here we go. We've moved this location, added 1 to t, made copies to search the subtrees, and then exploded. Look at them go! What is your problem? There's no space to replicate. So each of these worked. Why didn't the child processes like explode instantaneously? That's what I want to know. So like here's one of these guys, he's in left, and his immediate action, well, okay. I don't understand. So when we make a copy, it should like just about instantly die, shouldn't it? I held tab too long. Oh my god, you guys have been looking at the wrong screen. Oh. How long was that going on? You know, the problem is I just don't have that much real estate on my monitor, and like, when I open up the manual, then the OBS preview screen is hidden behind the manual, and I switch back, but I'm surprised I made it like 4 episodes before forgetting that, honestly, if you've watched any of my other multi-window videos. Oh well. So let me just summarize. I think you guys you saw all this, right? And we went and looked at the manual and then we forgot to come back. But so we're splitting up at every node. We create a copy to go left and a copy to go right. I see, and it's just a little bit too fast, I think. The copies don't get time to die before the master makes new ones, and we get full down here. So what I'm going to do is just add a no-op here to slow things down a bit, so that the right has time to explode. Yeah, this is a bit slower, but now there's a copy. Copy dies, and we have enough. We just made a new one. But what's with this guy? Why are you not going back? Oh, he can't replicate because there's nothing here. Huh. I see. He's stuck waiting for there to be room. Well, how could we be agnostic about the depth if this kind of situation is possible, even? Okay. We could make grabbing the file be the thing that the first robot to go there tries to do, right? It's a little tricky because it means you have to be making copies at the level above instead of inside of the room. Right, you'd have to make a left grab and a right grab bot from the upper level. And then make a left search and a right search. But actually, even if we did that, I guess it would be fine. Maybe we can just assume it's always going to be at the bottom layer. Can I look at the other test cases or something? I don't think I can. They don't usually let me do that. Well, okay, is there in previous Zachtronics games, there's been a way to make, multiple copies of a solution, multiple attempts? I guess it's still in early access. Maybe he just hasn't added that yet? It's kind of annoying. So I could copy this, and, I don't even have a text editor handy, but we'll just open, Google Drive thing? Yeah, I know. It's I'm not even gonna bother showing it to you guys because there's nothing here. And also, who knows what might accidentally be revealed by showing you my Google Drive. But I just want a new doc with the code I was working on, please. Fine. And now let's try a slightly different approach. Let's try assuming that it will be at exactly the bottom level. And this should be quite a bit simpler. So we must traverse 1, 2, 3, 4 times, right? Sure. So we'll link 800. 1, 2, 4. which means x will be 0 here. Oh, you don't even need to track how on your way back. You can just continue traversing up forever, and when your EXA explodes, it'll drop the file, right? Cool. So add I, let's call this search x t 1 storing in a t. Test t equal to 4, and if so, if it is equal to 4, we should grab the file, and if it's not, we should go back. What's the right way to organize that? Oh, well, we don't want it in... yeah, it made sense when we were counting down, but you don't want the value you're testing to be in t, because then you overwrite it every time you test. So we can either start by putting a 4 into t, which is probably fine, to be honest. Copy 4 t sub I t1t, that means it would be 3210, yeah, and so then we don't need this this test rather. Jump t to retrieve, I guess. We'll figure this out later. Now let's replicate to left and link 801. Now we'll mark left and say, jump to search, I guess. Link 800, jump to search. Finally, mark retrieve. And here we just grab 276, mark return, link -1 forever. Yes? What have I? It's T jump, not jump T. It's jump, not jump. Ah! He exploded. Why? T jump to retreat. Oh, it should be F jump. Excuse me. Split up. And now they all have 0 in their T mark things, so they'll all jump to retrieve, try to grab a file. Excuse me? Why did they all fail? What's the deal with this guy? Is there like something I didn't read in the manual? Something useful I could have known about this place? Let me point you at the manual and try not to forget you this time. Yeah, there's some hardware stuff. Point of sale. Legacy storage systems. Is that what this is? It's like Russian. Yeah, this doesn't look relevant at all. This is the database of the company who hired me to enter data entry. There's this bank. A kitchen. So I don't understand. We first tried something that picked up a file in every one of these places. And that didn't work. And now we have something that picks up a file in every one of these places, and none of those worked. So now all these guys have determined, yes, they should retrieve. And they grabbed 276. File not found, not found, not found, not found. I don't get it. None of them can see it. There was stuff in the manual about like, hey, if you try to grab a file that's not there, you die. And isn't that a cool way to find out whether the file was there? But so we've now confirmed, I guess, that it isn't in any of these locations, right? And let's just go grab our old program real quick. 1, 2. Okay, so V1 here was this. Now let me just confirm that it tried to grab a thing from every one of these. These higher level nodes, right? It really did. So we've tried picking up the file from everywhere, right? Was there, did I miss it being picked up? And like, is there something wrong with how I returned? Maybe that was the problem. Maybe it's like right here and someone picked it up and I just didn't notice. So what is it that I do in the search node? I add... Well, first of all, I don't need all this stupid T garbage, right? Because we can just go back forever. We can just forever link -1. So we do this. We grab 276. And no one, and immediately after grabbing 276, we link to -1. And no one ever executes that instruction, so clearly the grab always fails. I don't get it. I don't understand what mechanic it's trying to teach me here. Retrieve a file. Connect. So it's just going to be in like, oh, I can scan through the test cases, I just didn't notice really. It's just going to be in one of those lower things. 276. I haven't spelled it wrong, it's right there, 276. It's got some sort of like armor thing. That's an exa, right? Not a file. I bet I have to like somehow combat this thing, not just grab the file. I wondered, like, okay, fine. So this is like a security guy, I guess. So let's look at the manual and see what it has to say about exas, I guess. Some sort of like combat thing? don't see any mention of this, though. Code and register. There's X's, yeah. Tutorial, sure. Runtime errors. This stuff doesn't really matter. Hardware registers, branches, testing, kill. Ah. Now that's interesting. Okay. So that's the problem, is this is another exa, and it just wasn't clear to me what was going on. It's carrying the file that we want. So after all of the duplicated exas have done their business, have destroyed themselves. Okay, so which version is this? Okay, so if we can just add a kill in here. That might be enough, or we might need a no-op first. Do they all have guns now? Is that new? They do! Look, they have a little gun. It's like, I know I might have to kill someone, so I'm bringing a gun. Alright, adorable. So I'm not sure if we are killing things before or after they duplicate, but it looks like we're doing okay. We're still searching everything, so this looks fine. Yeah, but this guy is still okay. So we need a version that kills whatever's there first, I suppose, right? At the search node before replicating? Oh, and that'll make space for all the replicating to happen, right? So we won't need that no-op anymore? We killed it, and now file 276 has appeared. Great. There's no space to replicate. Okay, this is better. Am I correct? There was... What was he stuck on when he got there? Who's this? Show me this one, please. 101. I see. That's this one. So he's just applied a kill, which has succeeded. That's this guy. He's trying to replicate, I think. Well, I guess we can just... Yeah, he's trying to... Okay, so you can't... Huh. So files take up space. I think it... I'm sure it told me that somewhere, but I can't remember it. God damn it, you guys weren't watching this. It's so, like... Ugh. Did you guys miss the cute little guns, even? They get cute little guns. So the problem is that we get to here, and we successfully kill that guy, but our program says that next we should replicate left. I kind of want, like, someone to clear the room Man, this stinks. But we can take our earlier version, our second version, the one that went to exactly depth 4 before returning, and knows it's looking for a file there. Just take that and add the necessary kill step to it right before the this grab, and that should do it, right? We've killed it. We're now grabbing the file and returning home. Okay. Link not found. Okay, great. Alright, so we've learned warfare. Very small file size, higher cycles than necessary. Fine. Would you say you had friends? I would prefer present tense. No, I don't know, maybe past tense. Sure. Like Gast and the EXAPUNKS? But you never say anything to them. Do friends not communicate back and forth? Either way, this is good data for me. Alright. Well. Sorry about the instances, I forget what happens in which video, but wherein you could not see what was on the screen for some undetermined amount of time. I could just stop showing you guys the manual, but when I'm like looking through it for a lengthy period, I feel like it is usually helpful. I don't know. Maybe it's just not worth the risk that I'll forget. Oh well, not your problem. Just you have to live with it, me being incompetent. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.